I just got to say that as public figures, councillors are sometimes lampooned, and sometimes that's sad. And it is, however, in a democratic and open society, perfectly legitimate.
During the break, I was accosted by a gentleman. He said that I was fat.
G'day, welcome back to the channel. Bit of an update. People wanted me to make a video about the council, my situation with the council. So here I am. I'm outside the council building now. Can't go on there. I'll get arrested. You know what it's like. But the councillors, two of the councillors have proven themselves, I'm not just making an allegation. I've got absolute proof they lied. They lied to us because there's been some code of conduct complaints. Now, code of conduct is like the book of good etiquette, the rules by which the councillors must play when they are dealing with issues of council. You know, these set the guidelines for acceptable behaviour. And if somebody breaks those rules, then they can have a code of conduct complaint issued against them. And what happened earlier in the year was that the mayor called someone names on social media. It's a breach of the code of conduct. So one of the councillors issued a code of conduct complaint against the mayor. That code of conduct was investigated by an external investigator at a cost of over $4,000. They spent $4,000 investigating this complaint and they upheld it. Said the mayor had done the wrong thing, he should apologise and not do it again. So the mayor grudgingly apologised and he supposedly won't do it again, though he calls me names, I don't care. And when that happened, because it was the mayor who was found to be in the wrong, many councillors stood up and said, this is an unacceptable waste of locals' money. You know, the rates, the taxes we levy on property, it's a waste of these things. We spent $4,000 just investigating a complaint. What we should do, and this is what they said, we should all sort these things out amongst ourselves. Don't burden the people with the cost of these investigations and these complaints. Just, we should sit around, work as a team. And there was so much rah-rah, kumbaya, sit around the fire, toast marshmallows type talk that you thought, wow, this is great. But then just a few weeks later, 3 code of conduct complaints were lodged against one particular councillor. And this was the councillor who had lodged the complaint against the mayor. It was like payback time. So 2 councillors lodged 3 code of conduct complaints against the mayor. And the unfortunate thing is that these 2 councillors were amongst the ones who'd stood up and said, we must not waste ratepayers' money on these code of conducts. We must work as a team. We must sort this out. So they said one thing, and then they did the other. And the total cost for all these investigations of these new code of conduct complaints is in the tens of thousands of dollars. They have wasted tens of thousands of dollars of locals' money after they said it was a terrible thing to do and we shouldn't do it. Hypocrisy, and hypocrisy by any other name, is lying. So they lied. So I made a video in which I pointed out to the local people, these councillors have lied to your face. They've said one thing, done the other. And I got a letter from the chief executive, Ms. Susan Law, the woman who trespassed me from this building. And she said that what I said was disrespectful, discourteous, offensive, and breached the code of conduct. Yet I'm not subject to the code of conduct. The code of conduct only applies to councillors. So why? It makes no difference if I breach it. Why should I? Why should I care? It's not rules that apply to me. Yet she was making out like it was, you know, I'd broken the code of conduct. I don't give a damn about your code of conduct, girl. It doesn't apply to me. Anyway, she also went on to say, I have generally chosen not to respond to criticism of council because public debate and exchange of differing opinions and priorities are an important part of local democracy. From the woman who trespassed me because the mayor doesn't like what I do with the footage I take there, doesn't like the fact that I make videos to inform the community. And she had that statement to make. Seriously. Again, talk about insincere. But finally, she went, well, actually, her letter started off by saying, I ask that you remove the post, this is the video I made about the councillors, and refrain from making any further false allegations about councillors, council employees, and the council organisation. So she alleged I made false allegations. So I said to her in a video, Ms. Law, if you have any evidence to refute the things I've said in my video, please present it to me and I will withdraw and apologise for my mistakes. Do you think she sent me any evidence? Do you think she presented any case for me to withdraw anything? No, because I present my statements with facts and evidence. I don't make specious allegations. I'm not an old man sitting in the corner just ranting and venting my frustrations. No, I present evidence. This is why they trespass me, because they don't want me collecting the evidence with my camera. It's outrageous. But this is where we stand with this council at the moment. They are trying so hard to dodge bullets, which they basically fight at their own feet. It's just unbelievable. So I'll just keep you informed of what's going on. Things have not improved, obviously. They certainly haven't improved in the least. And there's some more stuff going on, which I'll be reporting on later. But, some people, I saw a couple of comments on my video saying, oh, stop reporting on council, get back to flying at the airfield. Well, for those people who aren't aware, I can't fly at the airfield because these people have stopped me. So if I could go back to the airfield and film, I would. But I have to report on these people because they are breaking the law. Yes, they've broken the law, broken the Local Government Meetings and Official Information Act. They've broken the Privacy Act. They've broken the New Zealand Bill of Rights. It's not good enough. These people have to go, in my honest opinion. They have to go. They're just not fit for purpose anymore, and I'm going to make sure everybody knows about it. Everybody will know about it. I'm sure eventually I'll get another letter from Ms. Law complaining again that how dare you do things that are related to free speech and democracy. Anyway, that's about it. Now this week, coming next week, I think next week, the Army is going out to the airfield. They're having an exercise out there. New Zealand Army, I think both of them. And they're probably taking their 3D printed gun with them. So I'm going to go out and cover some of that. I'll go out with my camera and I'll film what they're doing. I don't know if it's supposed to be a secret thing, but who cares? I'll go and film them. Might interview a few people if they're willing to talk. You can see what's happening at our airfield when the New Zealand Army, the Armed Forces of New Zealand, and their gun are at our airfield. Ooh, could be exciting. Anyway, just to keep you up with what's going on. Now, by the way, see, I'm out and about, but I'm not walking because my leg is still bung. And this week I went to Hamilton, which is an hour's north of here. No, it was last week. I went up to Hamilton because I've got an MRI. They did an MRI on my spine and on the upper part of my leg to see where the nerve is crushed and what they can do about it. Not much hope, but hey, at least we'll get a picture. So they did that. I went up there. It was an hour's trip in the car up there, and then 20 minutes in the big machine that sounds like someone's throwing rocks into a washing machine, and then an hour's trip back. And my God, for 2 days I could hardly move because it put pressure on the nerve again, which means I can't really drive much because, sitting in a car, moving around, pushing on the brake, not much fun at all. So I'm using my new mobility scooter. I have a video on that coming up soon. Fantastic. It's brilliant. I don't sit on it. How does that work? You'll find out. Anyway, thank you for watching. Spot you in the next one.
The code of conduct, it's cost council over $4,000. And what's already been said is it does put councillor against councillor or councillor against mayor. And so to me, it's an extra financial burden to the council. Where does that extra money come from? So to me, we need to be working together as a team, and the code of conducts I don't see have any real benefit apart from extra cost to everyone. So I think that if there are problems perhaps in the future where councillors aren't happy with other councillors, the code of conduct probably isn't the best answer, and I fully support a workshop. So that's quite a good idea where we can actually come together and brainstorm and talk about things as opposed to just moving forward, so that if we can work through this and perhaps have a better working relationship with everyone around the table, I think it's a plus. So
we need to acknowledge that the Code of Conduct process and the use of aggressive instruction are not acceptable methods for conducting council business, whether we are elected members or staff. The investigator has made it clear that complaints of this nature seldom benefit either the complainant or the individual complained about. Instead, they strain relationships, consume resources, and distract the organisation from serving our community. Now is the time to move forward. We're being given clear general observations in the investigator's report regarding behavioural expectations. We need to treat these observations seriously. This is an opportunity to improve through retraining, upskilling, and building a healthier, more functional team culture. We must remember that we are no longer in a campaign mode. We are here to work together as one council in the interests of the South Waikato community.